Hey, Intro to Lit. I'm back on with the videos. Thanks to Mr. Mangus, he was able to update my webcam, and now it works, so we're good. I do have to talk quickly, though, because we have 15 words, and I have 15 minutes. And, yeah. Number one is elude. Elude is when you try to avoid getting caught. If you wanted to not meet up with a teacher because you didn't have an assignment done or something, or you left it at home and you, oh gosh, I meant to bring it. So you would try to go a different way, out a different door. I'm going to try to elude them. Or when a teacher asks a question in class, and this is so funny because everybody will try to elude, avoid their looking at them, looking at the teacher, try to elude their eye contact there. All right, so it's moving to get away from someone, or, yeah, just trying to avoid them. Okay. Embroil is a verb, and when you try to embroil somebody into a situation, you try to get them, draw them into a fight. All right, think of something bubbling, an issue that's really heated, and you try to draw them in, you embroil them in. It means that you're trying to draw them into conflict. All right. An emissary, this is one who goes on a mission. You see that miss in it. The base word means message. And so an emissary is one who is sent on a specific mission or sent to give specific message. All right, an emissary. Emit. Emit is to give off. All right, to kind of send out. All right. If you if a certain chemistry project, if it emits harmful gases, then you could get in trouble. You have to wear masks. You have to be careful not to put a couple of chemicals together because it might emit a harmful gas. Okay. Enmity is number 5. Enmity is hatred or severe dislike between two or more people. All right. It's hostility. All right. And usually both parties feel that way. Okay. Ensue is number 6. Ensue means to come after, like a result. So, the siren, tornado siren goes off, okay, then safety precautions would ensue, hopefully. All right, means getting to the lowest possible place, and that sort of thing. Oftentimes panic ensues. That's the result instead, unfortunately. Okay, but it comes after, and so the one thing, the catastrophe causes causes something else to happen, and that's what ensues. The result is what ensues. Okay. Entice means to um, oh, uh, to have something to bring people towards um, you, like if you want to, or if I want to entice, um, uh, good grade or something like that, I might offer, um, I'll give you bonus points for this, this, this. That might be an enticing deal. All right. Put in some vocab words. I'll give you a couple more points on your essay. That's uh, to entice you for something better. It could be something pleasurable. It could be better grade, something like that. All right. So it's going to attract you to do some specific action. Okay. Entity. I skipped eight. Entity. That's a individual being. That's an entity. All right. Um, that's a group within a company can be its own entity if they function solely on their own without the help of the rest of the company. Okay. Um, a freshman might be their own entity when they are, when they are preparing for their um, lip sync. All right. They are independent of the other classes. All right. They're their own entity. Envisage, um, this means a verb, it's to get a mental picture. All right. Very helpful when you are reading any short story to try to get a mental picture, to try to envisage it. And it helps you bring that story to light, and it helps you also remember key elements of that story. All right. So always getting a mental picture is very important when reading. Okay. Getting trying to envisage it. All right. Epigram. An epigram is just a quick little fun uh, observation or little joke of description about someone. Um, if you are a fan of Dancing with the Stars, Tom Bergeroff, the host there, he's very good at coming up with epigrams just very quickly. He's a witty person. Does the same on American Home Videos. He's on there, or Funniest Videos. He's on there as well. He hosts that and comes up with some quick epigrams that usually have a pun in them or something like that. Um, and an epigram, or excuse me, that's the epigram. 11, epitaph. This is a brief description that is typically on a tombstone. All right, you would see it on a grave marker, the person's name, their lifespan, and then devoted mother, loving wife. That would be an epitaph. All right. Number 12, equivocal. Equivocal is an adjective that CAL helps me on, but it means unclear. It could be good or bad. Good or bad. There's a poem, I forget the poet's name, but it's entitled The Hound. And it compares, the first line is life, the hound. The second word of the poem is, or the second line is, equivocal. You don't know if life is going to be good or bad that day. All right, and that's the whole description in this poem. This hound, you don't know if it's going to come at you to lick your hand or to bite your hand. All right, um, uh, and you don't know until life you experience it that day. All right, and so equivocal could be good or bad. All right, don't know, don't know. 13 is eradicate. Eradicate means totally obliterate, wipe out. Yeah, nothing left. Okay. Fabricate is a verb. It means to make up a story. All right. To lie. Okay. If you fabricate a story. Now, and it's not necessarily uh, um, a bad thing. You may fabricate a story to tell or add extra details or embellish the details of a story to make it fun and interesting. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. 15, facade. That's how it's pronounced, facade. And that is, um, uh, well, for Halloween, numerous people put on different facades. They put on something that made them look other than what they were. All right, a deceptive sort of look. All right, it could also be the outside of a building. That's its facade. Okay, I'm going to jump quickly to the analogies. Number one, elude and capture. Yeah, it's kind of a tough one. They're kind of um, opposites. You know, if you elude, you avoid capture. You know. Um, But then there are two that A and D are both, you know. So I go with the verbs. The first analogy are verbs, so I'm going to go with the verbs that are opposite. All right. Number two, entice and attract. They mean the same thing, right? So you're looking for synonyms. And number three, a pedagogue is the person at the height, the top of their field. All right? The top. They're the premier. They know they know it all in that particular field. All right? And then student is just starting to learn. Okay? All right. I hope this helps. See you soon.